What's going on, guys? Power of the Barn here, and today I am here for the pre-game analysis of the last quarterfinal set of the Phoenician Gauntlet. This is going to be a set between Penta, Salad, and Figs. All of these guys are playing some pretty aggressive MCs, so this is going to be a pretty intense, high-octane sets. I expect all of these games to be pretty fast. The only real exceptions here is Penta's Mia variant is a bit stally. It's more it harkens back to the old Control Mia variant. I don't know if you really even want to call it Control. That's kind of just what people call it nowadays, just because mid-range has become a lot more aggressive lately. But back in the day, that build was considered mid-range, even though by today's standard it's probably way too passive to be considered mid-range. And Figs Alm is naturally a kind of grindy MC. He's still fairly aggressive, but his main niche over other mid-range MCs is just the fact that he can keep on putting May back on the board using overclass Alm, which inherently means that he's a bit more slow and grindy than other mid-range MCs. But other than that, we have Figs playing Eldegon and Sirius, two decks utilizing the Sword Aggro engine, so those MCs are just going to aim to close out the game as quickly as possible. Penta's Ira build is highly aggressive. It runs May, it runs Fae. Ira has a pseudo unavoidable, and his Lucina variant is, well, I wouldn't necessarily call it like hyper rushdown. It's a pretty aggressive build. It runs Black Leo 5, so it's definitely centered around just like disrupting your opponent, discarding their shit, and making it easier for you to kill them. And Leo 5 also debuffs your opponent's MC, so that really plays into that. It makes it easier to hit their MC, meaning you can hit them with like smaller units and kill them pretty easily that way. Anyways, so as far as who I think is going to win this matchup, I think that Figs is definitely favored as far as matchups are concerned. I think that Sirius and Eldegon, I think that naturally aggro counters mid-range. I think that's just kind of how it is. Mid-range oftentimes, at least standard mid-range nowadays. So Mia might not have much issue with Figs, Sirius, and Eldegon, but I think that Ira and Lucina, especially Lucina, will have some trouble keeping up with Eldegon and Sirius. Penta does run Strategist Elise in Lucina, and Strategist Elise has proven to be something of an anti-aggro asset. So I think Penta does have ways to deal with aggro in his decks. The question is, how well will he be able to deal with aggro? Will it be enough? And I kind of question that, which leads me to believe, I kind of question whether it will be enough, which leads me to believe that Figs, Sirius, and Eldegon should be favored to take games off of all of Penta's decks, especially Ira and Lucina, which means that really, I think that Figs just needs to win a game of Alm. I think Alm is going to be his anchor of this set, and if he can win a game of Alm, I feel like he should be home free. That being said, Penta is a very formidable player, possibly the best player on the server, so he is proven time and time again that he hasn't been held back by bad matchups by playing decks that, for all intents and purposes, pretty much just like strictly inferior to what most people are playing. He's shown that he can play decks that are, like, yeah, like they're objectively inferior and still get like very good results with those decks. With that in mind, I think that Penta is going to win this set. I'm going to predict Penta beats Figs 3-2. I think it is definitely within Figs' power to win this set, and I definitely think he can do it, but I don't think it's the likeliest outcome. So with that in mind, I'm going to predict that Penta will win 3-2. We'll see what happens.